Hi, my name is Maddie, and I'm on a journey of weight loss and financial wellness after last year when I had a baby. And I'm filming in the nursery again because why not? Cool background and stuff, right? I'm also taking advantage of my nice newly dyed hair. Wow, it is looking good in this lighting, but I promise in person it is so subtle, so much so that I'm getting it retouched up next week. So I do not have the greatest relationship with the scale. Now, to be clear, I do think that my relationship with the scale could actually be worse. I've just heard some horror stories out there. But like, I do wish that my relationship with the scale could be what it should be. You know, it's like, it's about data, it's about statistics. It's not a reflection of me and my business. Wow. Bars. White people bars. I'm so sorry. But okay, so seriously, if I eat healthy all week and the scale doesn't move, does that mean that I failed? No, it does not. Because I swear sometimes my scale is like the scene from Braveheart that I cannot put in this video because I know it will get demonetized based on past experience. But that scene where he's like, hold now. And when the scale is not moving, it's really freaking hard to be discouraged. It's hard not to be discouraged, rather. I really want to be more oriented with the process itself and not just the goals, because goals really are great. But if you don't come up with a good process, then you'll just lose motivation as soon as, you know, you hit hiccups, or even after you accomplish your goals. It's kind of like, well, what now? At least that's true for me and my own lived experience. And also, one day I will get closer to my goal weight, and my regular bathroom scale might not reflect the full picture of my health. However, that could be where the MorphoScan Novo Body Comp Analyzer comes into play. That is right. Once again, we are working with Renpho. When Renpho originally reached out to me in order to collaborate, I was pretty excited because I actually bought one of their scales when my old scale bit the dust. And it worked great for me. I still have it, and it is honestly a great beginner scale. But if you are ready to level up your basic bathroom scale, let me inform you all about Renpho's MorphoScan Nova Body Comp Analyzer, because it is not just a scale, it maps out your entire body composition in 3D. Little does Renpho know, I have the body composition of the Michelin Man. But seriously, you guys have seen me do longer challenges, and I am all about those statistics. I take those before and after pictures. I take those body measurements, and of course, I weigh in. But one thing that I am not the biggest fan of when it comes to taking those before and after pictures, to taking those measurements and whatnot, is that they can definitely take some time. And sometimes I feel really pressed for time. I feel like I don't have enough time to get it done. And so there have been many a result today where I have to wake up stupidly early before my infant to get in those before and after pictures before he wakes up, which is probably why a lot of my pictures often look like a mugshot. But that is why I think that this scale is perfect for a data junkie like me, because it not only tracks your weight, it also tracks your body fat percentage, metabolic age, water percentage, and even more than that, so much more than that, to be honest. So if you ever wanted to get as close to a DEXA scan as you could at home, this is the scale for you. Thank you so much to Renpho for sponsoring this video and for sending me their scale, because for the next 2 weeks, I am diving all in, twice daily weigh-ins, and a full, unfiltered look at what I eat, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I am scared. Let's get into it. So I really debated about how to frame this video, because there are a lot of ways that I could go about it, but the idea of just straight up vlogging for 2 weeks really wasn't my jam. So I did take footage of each thing I ate, and then I did kind of vlog for some days. So as usual, if you like any of the recipes you see, they will be linked in the description below. I also might use B-roll from previous times I've made certain recipes, because let's face it, filming and editing 2 weeks of content is not my idea of a good time. Well, not the content, but just the cooking aspect specifically. And also, if I forget to tell you guys, oh, I also ate this that day, I will be showing screen recordings from the Lose It app of everything that I ate that day because I logged everything and I'll show it on the screen. And then one last disclaimer, and this one is kind of weird, but when it comes to tracking my fiber, if I'm tracking from a source that isn't a plant, like a low-carb tortilla, I edit the nutrition to say that it only has 5 grams of fiber. And I know that that's weird and maybe people will disagree with me, like you do you, but I really do want the majority of my fiber to come from plants. And if I'm glancing at my macros for the day to see like, oh, am I close to my fiber goals? Do I need to put more fiber in with my dinner? If I see that I have hit my fiber goals, I'm going to be less inclined to like put that extra serving of berries in and whatnot. It's just my own weird brain, y'all. It's okay. Don't judge. This is a safe space. Forgive how I look. It's morning. The scale is amazing, but I do feel like it's calling me fat in like 47 languages. It's fine. Again, it's data. It's numbers. I know I'm overweight, y'all. I know. Okay, apologies for looking vaguely homeless. I'm in my workout clothes, but I have this shawl on over it. I like the hood because it makes me feel like Darth Maddie. But it is day 1 and it's actually noon, and this is the first that I've eaten today. Normally I would make myself eat before this because I want to build good habits while I'm on a GLP-1. However, you know, we were out of town this weekend and eating very indulgently, so I wasn't very hungry. I did take my first shot last night, or not my first shot, just my shot last night. My first shot in a while, I guess. So I'm honestly fine if I just eat like 1,200 calories today or whatever. Having said that, we are starting off the day where I hope strong. We have some oatmeal, some protein oatmeal. What makes it protein oatmeal? We add egg whites, and then I did use Fairlife milk with this. I have made this on the channel before, but with apples. I basically did the exact same thing, except I used a 0-calorie sweetener. I used milk and different fruit. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I guess that is a lot. But yeah, I've got different fruit, and I've also got some Lily's chocolate chips. This thing has like between 10 to 15 grams of fiber and almost 30 grams of protein, so we're not mad at her at all. So I'm going to chow down on this. I did have some coffee this morning. I just had regular drip coffee with Sweet and Low. I know Sweet and Low is not the healthiest sweetener, but I just like it. I keep trying the healthier other artificial sweeteners, and I just don't like them as much. I have nostalgia tied to Sweet and Low. Henry's job is having like an appreciation week type of thing. He has this mystery bag, so he did save me half of a sugar cookie that I will also be enjoying. But other than that, I will check in with you guys later when I'm hungry next. Like Past Matey said, I wasn't hungry that day, so I had a Bear protein bar as my like midday snack in lieu of lunch. And then for dinner that night, I had frozen some 15 bean soup because we had made it right before our trip and I didn't want it to go bad while we were out of town. So I had that for dinner with a leftover cornbread muffin. She was delicious. And then Henry had some cookies from work, like a work appreciation thing that he did bring home, and I did have half of a cookie. Technically, this was a successful day of eating, like we stayed within the calorie goal, but like it obviously was not very good overall because like I ate cookies. But thanks to the beans and oatmeal, we did kill it on fiber. And honestly, this was the first day back in town and the first day I was back at work, and so I was really tired. So I am proud that I stuck to my calorie deficit, GLP-1 or not. Okay, it is day 2, baby, and I have here a peeled potato. I peeled it earlier, so it might look a little grungy from oxidizing? Is that the word? We're gonna go with it. Regardless, I am making this, I don't know what you'd call it, a potato omelet. Kind of reminds me of the Tortilla Espanola. I believe that's what they call it. It's a popular breakfast thing in Spain. It has potato, egg, and some people debate about if it has onion, but in my opinion, it has onion. So this is a take on that. I'm very excited about it. I really am. that will be breakfast. We also washed her down with Inalani because I'm tired. I didn't sleep well last night. Hank keeps peeing through his diapers, despite the fact that we've sized up. We point his little weenus down. We flare out the stuff. We're doing everything we're supposed to be doing. So that is what we are having for breakfast. For lunch, we're having a little girl dinner. I can't do it. Girl dinner. Okay, but girl lunch. Just like a myriad of things. If you guys aren't adding ranch seasoning to your cottage cheese, what are you doing? And then for dinner, I saw that all recipes, I mean, I'm pretty sure they didn't invent it, but basically we're having Caesar chicken salad tacos. Now they do the thing that they do with Big Mac tacos where they spread it on the tortilla, and I hate it. That shit makes me uncomfortable. But that is what we're gonna do, I guess. And we're going to have that. So we kind of killed it in the macros department today. We did a lot better than yesterday, but yesterday I feel like I'm still kind of trying to find my footing. I think we mildly overdid it on fat, but that's okay. We will persevere, but we killed it in every other department, so I'll take my wins where I can. That is day 2.
Hey, I'm down here now. No one's gonna get that reference at all.
Hey, Joseph, hey, I'm out here now.
I want someone in the comments to tell me if they have heard of this internet web series type of thing called Marble Hornets. I was obsessed with it as a teenager. Obsessed. Okay, either way, it is time for a little brekkie, a little breakfast time. And we're going to go kind of light with breakfast just because of lunch plans. But basically, for right now, in terms of breakfast, well, this is not breakfast. Coffee is not breakfast, but I do have some Javi coffee here. I get advertisements for this damn thing all the time, but they are basically buy multiple bags from the website to get a decent price. I found this at Target, and it's not worth the money. No, I guess if you want some protein in your coffee, you're trying to get them gains, go ahead. It's 70 calories. It has 10 grams of protein. I've seen people just cut it with water. However, I am not a fan of that. So what I do is I use some unsweetened almond milk and a tablespoon of my zero sugar creamer. I'm sure a caramel creamer would go good with this, but this Italian sweet cream is a really good canvas. It's like a blanket thing. So first things first, I'm the realist. So 1 cup of almond milk. So whatever fluid, that sounds weird. Why did I say fluid? Whatever liquid you have with this has to be cold for the coffee to dissolve. And then I actually wrote the grams for what a tablespoon would be on the top of this so that I don't have to dirty a tablespoon. I can just put it on my food scale. Am I a genius? I don't know. Weigh in the comments. All right, this is always a slight mess, so I'm really trying not to. Haha, we did it. All right, I'm using a frother, but if you're like, maybe I don't have a frother, you could just shake the jar. But I just try to break up all those little bits. And then last but not least, some ice baby. And I will say, I do think it makes me a little less hungry. Is this a meal? Absolutely not. But I do think I can have this and then plan for a lighter breakfast. I did not mean to prattle on. But the reason we are doing this and a light breakfast is because it's Pizza and Salad Friday. Pizza and Salad Friday. So Henry actually works pretty close to the house. And every Friday, he moseys on home for his lunch break. I make us a pizza. It's usually the plain cheese pizza by Quest, just because, again, we're looking at macros. And then I have a big-ass side salad with it. Honestly, it's usually a pretty basic side salad. A lot of the time it's Caesar. Caesar is the best salad. Fight me. But I have a side salad with some Bolthouse dressing, because it's the best, and it's, pretty good low-calorie stuff. and it's pretty damn good. I could not get my grubby little hands on Quest cheese pizza, so I instead got the closest thing that I could get. And I would love to tell you, oh my God, the Quest tastes better. It's so much better, because the Quest does have better macros. But this is amazing. This is so good. I did check for like what's the least amount of calories, and this was the one I found that was the least amount of calories. One of these is 3 servings. We split it in half. One serving is 250 calories, so I think half of the pizza is like 375. So we're doing that. And then tonight for dinner, we are doing basically like it's a keto recipe for keto bourbon chicken. It's one of Henry's favorite things that I make, and I have not made it in a while. Does anybody else get stressed out when they're like having to like fry up little bits of chicken? Like, I want to like temperature check all of them. I know I should temperature check the biggest one and just go with it, but I'm always afraid of undercooked chicken. So it kind of stresses me out to make it, but Henry loves it, and I haven't made it in a while. So we're having that over some cauliflower rice. I'm definitely going to have some berries as a snack. I try to eat with Hank. Hank still eats and goes to bed pretty early in the day, and we are like more like a late dinner type of family. I know we're gonna have to obviously change that, but so usually I have a snack with Hank while he's eating, because it's really good for their development for them to see you eating, interestingly enough. But yeah, I really struggle with the idea of eating dinner at 5 p.m., which is when Hank eats, so I'm gonna have to get over it though. But if any parents out there have any tips, let me know. This was a very chatty day 3. I'm really sorry, but we're getting it. We're rocking. We're rolling. Okay.
I also did try a new brand of kimchi with dinner, and I just was not a huge fan of it. It did have a gram of fiber per 10 calories, but I think I just prefer like the spicier kimchi to the sweeter one, and this one was definitely like on the sweeter side. But we had our bourbon chicken over some cauliflower rice, and like it was honestly and truly like 10 out of 10. It came out so freaking good. And then Henry forgot to put the leftovers away, and I will never forgive him. Finally, I did have some leftover calories for dessert, so I got these, I'm gonna call them like a chocolate peanut butter banana quesadilla. I don't know what else to call them. I forgot to film the finished product, but you do that fun thing that they do on TikTok where you like fold it into like 4, but like it looks like a triangle. And I used to toast it in my toaster oven, but it's gone. And with the toaster oven being gone, so is my heart. So I toasted it for a little bit in my oven because that was my only option. But like overall, like day 3 was a success. We went slightly over on fat, but day 3 was a success, which naturally means that day 4 was dog shit. I'm sorry. So something I failed to mention at the beginning of the video is that for the first half of this challenge, I am on like a no spend. You know, so like the first 2 weeks we didn't go out to eat or anything. So imagine my surprise when I met up with a friend and she brought me some free like Dunkin' donut holes, which was so sweet. She also brought me one of their like sugar-free refreshers because she knows I'm like on a calorie, you know, deficit, you know, weight loss journey. So it wasn't a bunch of calories, so that was really nice. But when I was out running errands, I did have some free like McDonald's points, and I did get myself a free McChicken, and it was good. And then also later that day, the pollen count was really high, so I had some hot tea and honey with sweet and low. And you might be like, well, maybe that's not a lot of calories, but like, you know, honey can add up. But for dinner's where we kind of went wrong, or went right. Honestly, we went right, because we had something that Henry's been referring to as bibbidi bobbidi boo. Okay, it's beef bibimbap. And I wish I had filmed more of this, but it's a Nutrition by Kylie recipe where you put everything for Korean bibimbap in your rice cooker and it all cooks there, and it is so freaking good, but it is just like a lot of calories. Like it's 4 government servings of rice. Don't be fooled by the delicious veggies and things that were on top. Like that was there for nutrition, it was, but it's just a lot of calories. And I was too lazy to properly log it. So like, I don't even know if I'm going to show the Lose It app stuff for that day because I was just guesstimating. So yeah, so we were not in a deficit for day 4. But for day 5, I decided to get back on it with one of my, like, it's like my take on like the Chick-fil-A breakfast burrito bowl. I use real good chicken and Trader Joe's hash browns over some blended eggs with some cottage cheese. You know, let's get that extra protein punch. Let's do it. This is super filling, so I didn't have much in the way of lunch. Even before I was on a GLP-1, I really have always been like a 2 meals a day girly plus like 1 snack as like the meal. Sometimes I skip breakfast, sometimes I skip lunch. Like that's just how I was. So I had some edamame and the bag looks teeny tiny, but I promise like a lot goes into that little bag. Then for dinner, we decided to try a new recipe for wings and they were okay. S. Johnson Voiceovers tried them on his channel. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but he's amazing, and justice for his refrigerator. If you know, you know. But they were definitely on the saltier side because it called for a ton of reduced sodium soy sauce. And in the future, I'm just going to sub it out for something else, that soy sauce. So if anybody has any ideas, let your girl know. But the concept of boiling wings, it did work. They got overboiled, but like we did our best. It was the first time making it. And then we finished off the day with a serving of delicious fiber popcorn. I love that fiber popcorn. So for day 6, I decided to try to do that take on the Tortilla Espanola again. And this time I did slice my potatoes ahead of time instead of in the pan because I found like when I was trying to slice it in the pan, the way Liam does it in his video, they were like cooking too fast, the ones that I sliced first. I also had an Alani, which has like no calories, but I did that for caffeine that day. I was pretty full when it came to lunchtime, so I decided to make like what my take was on like a buffalo mac and cheese. And the buffalo part was coming from like this buffalo tuna thing. And I thought it would be better, but like buffalo chicken would have been a lot better. It was fine. I ate it. And I was hoping because it was buffalo tuna that it wouldn't attract the cats, but I was wrong. Then for dinner, we made something that I have definitely made on the channel in the form of a delicious crock-pot hash brown casserole. And no, it's crock-pot taco hash brown casserole specifically. And like the rest of these recipes, I will link it down below, but I have tweaked it a fair bit. Like I use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. I add 2 cans of black beans for that fiber. Y'all know how I feel about fiber. And I don't add any of the cheese because you can top it with cheese and get the exact same effect. Actually, like, I really have gotten away from, this is probably going to be a hot take. I'm going to be real with y'all. But I really have gotten away from topping my meals with shredded cheese because, like, I love cheese. I love shredded cheese. But the amount of cheese that I want to use versus what I often can use, like, they're not lining up. There's a disturbance in the force. And on another note that you all will probably find boring, but I found exciting. I found this generic brand of salsa that has 1 gram of fiber per serving. I'm literally salivating thinking about it. I've been putting salsa on everything and it's very good. It's low calorie. It's literally blended veggies. But I was excited to find one that actually is like, hey, this has 1 gram of fiber in it. I'm like, yes. And then once again that day, I'm sorry to be boring, but I did finish it off with some of that delicious toffee sea salt fiber popcorn. I'd actually eaten a cup earlier that day with Hank when he ate. And originally I tried to, like, I wanted to finish off the day with some raspberries. But they got moldy and sad the way Walmart produce often is. So I want to say that day I did go over my daily allotted carbs because I had the audacity to eat potatoes for breakfast and for dinner, you know, twice in one day. But like, other than that, I did feel like this was a pretty solid day of eating.
All right, sorry for this angle, but welcome to the halfway point of this challenge. This morning we are going to try something else by Nutrition by Kylie. Actually, funnily enough, we have 2 of her recipes on deck today. The first is like this egg concoction that the top comment said, oh, I thought that was flan, and like, same. But I'm very much intrigued by it. So she uses a wok and a steamer basket. I don't have that. So what I'm using is my air fryer rack and a Dutch oven. It doesn't have to be a Dutch oven, but basically, I use a Dutch oven because that's the only pot that I have that's big enough to fit that rack in there. I also have some enoki mushrooms that I got from the Asian market last time I was there that I desperately need to go ahead and cook. Please don't get any shell in there.
Okay, looking good. You ever like are on like a massive egg kick and then you eat an egg with a shell and then you just can't eat eggs for a while? Just me? Okay. Yeah, so I'll be eating this with some kimchi, some cauliflower rice, and some enoki mushrooms. All right, we've moved again. For lunch, we're gonna be a little boring and we're just gonna have leftovers because that's what making a crock pot meal is for when you have a small family. And then for dinner, like I said, it is another Nutrition by Kylie staple, which is a salmon dish. I've actually made this on the channel before whenever I tested out her cookbook, and it is probably the best salmon dish I've ever had. I know that that's high praise, but it just was very good. It was very good. It was I don't know. It was just exceptional. God, I did not know this would make so many mushrooms. I'm gonna need a bigger boat, and by that I mean a bigger pan. Planning my day ahead of time really does ensure that I hit my macros. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fire. I'm kind of enjoying sharing with you guys what I'm eating. I hope this gives you guys some good ideas. As if this check-in wasn't long enough, I also will be taking some pre-workout that I forgot to mention. This company called Aura, obviously not sponsored, sent me a very lovely and very personalized email. Like a lot of brands are like, hey girly, and they were like, oh, we really like your content about X, Y, and Z. Sorry, I'm eating more of these mushrooms that are stuck to the bottom of the pan. Can we send you some products, like no pressure? And I was shook. And I said, sure.
Just a random... Yeah, opened up the side of his van.
No.
He said, it's for free. And I said, sure.
I was listening in on a meeting when I tried the pre-workout, so I couldn't give you guys like my review in the moment, but I quite like it. I've had it many times since I tried it. It reminds me of like a raspberry lemonade iced tea, like a grown-up raspberry lemonade iced tea. And I was really nervous that it would make me like jittery because the one time I have tried pre-workout, I was like tweaking. Okay, it's not that serious. But it has 90 milligrams of caffeine, and for me, that's perfect. Y'all probably would think like, Maddie, your whole family must be fat, but that's not true. My sister is skinny. She's technically my half-sister. She gets her skinniness from her father's side of the family. But we both came from my mother, so I don't see her as my half-sister. Nobody asked about this, Maddie. Regardless, though, she's a gym rat, and so I was like, hey, I tried some pre-workout I liked. She's like, oh, I love mine. Like, what did you try? And so we were swapping notes, and she's like, oh, mine has like 300 milligrams of caffeine, and I dry scoop it. And I'm like, girl, you may be healthier than me, but your heart is gonna stop. Like, what the hell? Like, I would just vibrate off this earth. But okay, back on subject, I really did like the Aura pre-workout, and I continued to use it sporadically during my running challenge because it really did give me a good boost. I really do love it. For the second half of the challenge, for day 8, I was spiraling quite a bit about the various scales that I had. So after I did all of that spiraling and about like, I weigh this much on this scale and this much on this scale, I was feeling like a little sweet breakfast that morning. So I had some Premier Protein pancakes with the Lily's chocolate chips. They do have fiber in them, which is pretty cool. And the Jimmy Dean turkey sausage specifically, because the regular sausage is a little too many calories. And again, some raspberries. Raspberries are my favorite berries. Probably my favorite fruit. I really like raspberries. And so it was a really busy day that day. So for lunch, I had this Healthy Choice frozen meal. These used to be so much cheaper. They are $4 freaking at the grocery store. So because of that, they're not really my go-to. And I also added a serving of my husband Henry's favorite pun-named pasta, Carpe Diem, along with some grated Parmesan. I use my I think it's my garlic grater or whatever, but like it's like that fine grater thingy. And I feel like you get so much freaking Parmesan from that thing. And so it was like half a serving of that. But even to dress it up, like it was fine. It wasn't the best, but like it's kind of what I just needed. And it does have like fiber and protein in it. So like I could have made worse decisions, but I feel like I could have made better decisions too. I also did end up having a break at 20 when I was out and about that day, so I did get a Starbucks cake pop. And this definitely violated the no spin challenge, and I think I forgot to fess up to it in the no spin challenge video, so I'm fessing up to it now. Please forgive me, you guys. And then for dinner, Henry cooked and we had this sausage and peppers recipe. Oh, I love it. It's so good. It's so basic, but it's so good. It's supposed to be like on hot dog buns, but the store was out of like the keto hot dog buns. So I got the Better Good keto buns. They're 50 calories. Like even if you're not keto, they're just always lower calorie and they're just really good. They taste like bread. So like highly recommend. Day 9 was very simple. I had some more oatmeal, this time with baba berries and chocolate chips for breakfast. And then for lunch, I had the leftover sausage and peppers. Dinner was simple and boring with this lemon garlic dumped chicken. I shared this recipe on my 5 crockpot ingredient recipes video, so check it out. I added green beans this time, but like if you just want something simple, this is definitely a good recipe, and it makes a lot of food, and your girl will vibe with all the leftovers. And then I got this teeny tiny kind bar for like a little dessert that I definitely thought was bigger when I ordered it from the store, but it was smaller. It was disappointing size. Giggity. I'm so sorry. Hello, ladies, and the bun is not bunning today. She's been cuter. What is that? What is that? All right, welcome to day 10, and I'm gonna be real, day 10 is a little boring or a little exciting, depending on how you vibe. And the reason it's exciting is because it's Pizza Friday, Pizza Friday. I don't know why I started doing that, but I can't stop. The point is, today is Pizza Friday, which means I typically will eat a lighter breakfast in preparation for Pizza Friday. And so today's lighter breakfast, there's nothing in here except possibilities. And the possibilities are that this will be filled with my yogurt berry smoothie. I've made it on the channel before. I'm pretty pumped about it. So I will be having my yogurt berry smoothie. And I'm going to add some cauliflower to it because I don't have that. Hey, I'm going to be real. I only had half of this. I've just had a really busy morning and I haven't had a lot of time to drink it. And it's already lunchtime, so it is going to live in the fridge and I will drink the rest of it on the dawn of another day. So, very pumped about that. But yeah, and then for dinner, it's just going to be leftovers. I'm sorry. I hope that doesn't like bother anyone. I don't know why it would. I also have enough calories because I did plan ahead for today. I kind of plan ahead on Pizza Fridays. I just do. And so I will be able to have like that like peanut butter banana pocket. I am going to use some PB2 powder this time just to shave down on those calories. Either way, exciting stuff. Day 10 is a wrap. I'm a little nervous about tomorrow, day 11, because I'm going to be out and about and I'm finally free from my no spend challenge. So like, I'm going to spend all the money. I'm just kidding. But I am going to try to like make some balanced decisions. We'll see. Stay tuned. So I'm going to be real with y'all. Day 11 is going to be short and sweet because this was the first day that we were celebrating being free on not having to do the no spend challenge anymore. So your girl celebrated by spending money. No, technically I spent my YouTube money, which is in a different bucket for me. But yeah, but I did spend some money. I hung out with a friend that morning and we went back to Dunkin' to get their 0 calorie or low calorie. It's not 0 calorie, 0 sugar refresher. And I got some avocado toast and I was trying to be healthy, as you guys can tell, but like it wasn't the most filling. So I don't know that I'd recommend it. And then me and Henry did go to Longhorn and get the salmon that was, you know, not as good as Nutrition by Kylie's salmon, but still pretty good salmon. And then we also went axe throwing and did a rage room. And in hindsight, I should have logged those calories too, but I didn't. And that is okay. It happens. I should have logged like that I burned those calories. But yeah. Hello. I look like who did it. And my kitchen is a mess, but welcome to day 12, baby. I'm talking about day 12, baby. Jesus Christ, what is happening? I don't know how else to say it, but today we are not staying within our calorie allotment, and that's okay. That's fine. Not every day is going to be a winner. I'm impressed that I was able to stay within it yesterday. I just, you know, basically whenever we went out to eat at Longhorn, it was definitely giving like Leonard vibes, lunch/dinner. And so I didn't eat for the rest of the day. Honestly, I know that that's probably the GLP-1 doing the heavy lifting. I did do my shot like around day 10, 11-ish. However, despite me not being in a calorie allotment today, I am still doing a running challenge, and that challenge still holds true even if I'm not going to be within my calories. So I'm going for a healthy breakfast. Yesterday's avocado toast inspired me to do second avocado toast, but better avocado toast at home. So we're going to top this with egg. I'm also, I think, going to have the second half of that smoothie that I did not finish day before yesterday, just as like, again, to fuel my body, hopefully, as well as some pre-workout. Additionally, the reason we are going over our calories today is that we are going to go visit my mother, have a little game day, and she is making stromboli. Okay, I'm so sorry to the Italians, because I don't know if stromboli is a real Italian thing or just something Sbarro's made up, but basically she is making stromboli. And I already know it's not going to be healthy, but it will be good. And so I'm excited. I'm ready for it. But I know it's not going to be within the calorie allotment. Furthermore, there's this certain coffee truck that I like that actually happens to be out and about today. And I may end up running over there to get like, it might not be a coffee. Honestly, I had some life-changing hot chocolate from that truck around Christmas time. So that might be what we're going with. So that, and then I don't know, probably some kind of dinner and maybe a sweet treat. Now, whether or not I make that sweet treat at home or we go pick it up, I don't know. I'm trying to be reasonably good as far as finances go and try not to go out to eat quite so much because I really want to pay down another credit card, but that is not this video. That would be my debt update videos. But point is, I'm trying not to go out to eat too much. I know obviously I went out to eat twice yesterday, but one of those was covered by YouTube money. But the other one was covered by me money, and I brought my friend something. So we can be better though. We can be stronger. And then for day 13, I was having a busy morning, so I got one of those Jimmy Dean breakfast bowls with turkey sausage, and I topped it with a thin sliced Sargento slice of cheese to get the cheesy flavor. These are great because they're only 40 calories per slice, and they give you, the added cheese bonus without too many calories. And then of course salsa, because I love salsa on everything. I also had some pre-workout yet again, and the last of the leftovers. Then for dinner, I had every freaking intention of cooking. I did, but our grocery order didn't come in time. It did that whole thing like, we'll be there in 30 minutes, and then it just never came. Like, we kept putting off waiting because it kept telling us it was coming, and it never came, and it got late enough that I did not have the wherewithal to go to the store and cook something. So not my finest moment, but we did stay healthy. I got a Chipotle salad bowl. It hit the spot. I don't use the dressing. It is delicious, but it's a lot of calories for what it is. And I also snacked on some of my usual Bubba berries. Apologies for the lighting in here. It is the final day. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, it's the final day. Dawn of the final day, one might say. Here we are, and I'm just, I'm excited. I'm excited that this is done. I really enjoyed it, don't get me wrong. So we are about to have a little breakfast action. I did have my coffee this morning. I've been trying to use up these half-calf Keurig pods that I had gotten and would drink whenever I was pregnant. Partially because, again, I just want to get rid of them. They've just been hanging out for a while. And also in part because I will be having a little pre-workout later because I am going on an outdoor run. I will say it's such a game changer. I wish I didn't like it as much as I do, but I really do like it a lot. Damn. But I am feeling a little bit of a sweet breakfast. So we are going to do our Premier Protein pancakes with some Lily's chocolate chips. And I don't know why I'm doing the little razzle-dazzle fingers, and some turkey sausage. I normally would pair this with berries because, fiber. I want to add something. I want to make it a rounder meal. Unfortunately, though, we are out of berries, and my Walmart order that was supposed to come in last night is not here. It's supposed to come in later this morning, but I'm hungry. I don't want to wait. And then for lunch, we're having a little girl dinner. I can't do it. Girl dinner, basically centered around this yellow bell pepper in my fridge that looks like it's going bad, but I don't know. I've heard it referred to by Australians, I believe, as a picky plate. I'm making myself a picky plate, for lunch. Something light, something good. And then for dinner tonight, it is take 2 on, I've heard them referred to as gyro smash tacos. Gyro, whatever you want to pronounce it as. I've heard it referred to as those. Again, we were going to do that last night, but again, Walmart delivery just had other plans. So that is what we're having, and then we're going to finish the day off with some fiber popcorn. I am loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, but I have no doubt that the other version of Maddie, who's narrating over the days, has more to say. So let's cut over to her. Okay, I feel like I need to take a breath. I was talking really fast because I really don't want this video to end up being like 40 minutes. But I think in hindsight, I kind of zoned out and I was talking too fast. If you made it, dear God, you are a real one. I'm going to put some emojis on the screen. Leave these emojis and that'll tell me that you are the realest ones in all of the land. I have to burp. You're welcome, ladies. If you did like this video, if you really liked the premise, the concept, any part of it, leave a comment down below and I might consider doing it again. From a filming and editing standpoint, 14 days is a lot and I would need to find a few new recipes because I know y'all don't want to watch me eat the same thing day in and day out. At one point I'm like, Maddie, you got to chill it on this fiber popcorn. You've been eating this every day. For funsies, I'm also going to put my highest weight that I'd weighed in at and my lowest weight on the screen for y'all to see. I don't remember the exact numbers, but I do know I'm shook at how, what a difference that 2 weeks made. And then we still have about a week and a half left of the running challenge. So I am just hoping that by the end of the running challenge, I will see the 220s by results day, even if it's 229.9 plus shipping and handling. So y'all send good vibes and prayers. I'm going to need them. If you like this video, do all the usual things, like, comment, and subscribe because the YouTube wizards, they do love that for the growth of my channel. And thank you so much to Renpho for sending me their Morpho Nova Body Comp Analyzer. I really did enjoy it, using it for this challenge. And thank you so much to Renpho for sending me the other products that I've showcased in these previous weeks. My favorite has to be the foot massager. I can't lie, that thing is a little piece of heaven. Oh my God. But I really did enjoy this scale because I really enjoyed all of the data, all of the numbers, all of the statistics. Just give it all to me, I want it. But I hope you guys have a great day and I will see you, well, it should be next week for next week's running challenge because, obviously I have to edit and put out this video. So next week's video for you guys, it's going to be the running challenge. I'm scared. I'm always scared. I was born scared. Okay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye.